Once again, the issue of Gambia's oil potential has come under the spotlight during the President's State of the Nation's address.
Also, I wanted the president also to come forward and tell us about the oil and its issue and its stage. But the president definitely spoke about the oil, and he said $100 million was spent. But at the end of the day, no discovery was made after the drilling. No discovery was made, which is a shame because before you go in for the drilling, you must know what you are drilling.
President Adama Barrow indicated that nothing has so far been successful.
Which is a shame because before you go in for the drilling, you must know what you are drilling. To waste $100 million is a lot of money to be wasted just like that. At the end of the day, no discovery was made. So that is a concern.
But the president used the opportunity to talk about key achievements of his government in other sectors.
National security, Honorable Speaker. I submit that we recognize the remarkable transformation of our security and armed forces. Today, they proudly exhibit a respectable degree of professionalism and preparedness, hence honoring their duty to safeguard our independence and territorial integrity. The delegation of our citizens in uniform echoes the resilient spirit of our people. Their commitment to peace and security continues to reinforce national security and safeguard public order. Progressively, the government is strengthening internal security, modernizing our national identity card management and national security infrastructure. The digitalization of our national documents is in progress, and we will soon replace the concession contract for the national ID system. The ID cards will be integrated with the electronic civil registration and vital statistics, passport and other identification databases to create a unified digital ID system that is locally designed, built, operated, and managed by our services. This initiative will expand our revenue base, improve national security, enhance service delivery, and ensure knowledge transfer and ownership. Honorable Speaker, in collaboration with the Ministry of Works, the Ministry of Interior is reviewing the Motor Traffic Act to introduce appropriate action against road offenders. Meanwhile, plans are underway to install CCTV systems along the OIC highway and other strategic locations. This will be linked to a traffic management center for real-time monitoring and law enforcement. A new highway patrol unit is already in operation to enhance road safety. In addition, modern surveillance equipment worth $38 million is secured from the German government has been installed in strategic locations to reinforce crime prevention. Also, the West African Police Information System is in use to digitize paper-based police records for easier access, sharing, and utilization. Mr. Speaker, while our law enforcement agencies have intensified crime prevention, challenges persist with irregular migration, border security, drug trafficking, and other offenses. I call on the general public to support the security services in their security intelligence gathering, operations, investigation, and prosecution of criminals. Honorable Speaker, a draft Gambia Immigration Department Bill 2023 to enhance border control and management has been submitted for cabinet review. The proposal aims to update the 1965 Immigration Act and align it with current migration governance procedures. Modern border posts are fully operational at Andalai, Ker Ayub, and Jiboro, and plans are afoot to build one more on the Soma-Siliti border. Although the Immigration Department and law enforcement agencies have increased patrols and surveillance, they need to deploy modern security technology and intelligence sharing mechanism for improved efficiency. To show the magnitude of the fight against drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking, our drug law enforcement agency recorded over 1,000 cases in 2024 and secured 126 convictions. Honorable Speaker, our resolve to safeguard our territorial integrity is evidenced by the improvement of our soldiers' welfare through their revised terms and conditions of service. The increased provision of modern patrol boats and artillery tanks, the logistical support to enhance military professionalism.
In a package prepared by the FATU network, Badjie and other National Assembly members also criticized the government for not doing enough to address the country's major challenges.
He should have told us how he wants to reduce importation of rice. He should have told us also how he wants to reduce importation of food commodities, for instance. Now, in agriculture, when you address agriculture, you are talking about agricultural mechanization, because we are in a state where we cannot produce, we cannot revitalize agriculture if definitely we are not, if in reality we are not introducing agricultural mechanization. So agricultural mechanization is key in agricultural development. And now, without agricultural mechanization, how do you want to improve agriculture? Now, when you look at chemical fertilizer, in this last year, $580 million was spent. $580 million was spent on subsidy in terms of subsidizing chemical fertilizer. Now, how do we want to transform from chemical fertilizer to organic fertilizer? Because subsidy is not sustainable. Subsidy is not realistic. Subsidy is faking the situation. I wanted the president to tell us how he wants to tackle inflation. But instead, the president came and told us that inflation is declining. And in reality, we are seeing that we are realizing the euro today, you change it for $82, which is definitely on the rise. And I was expecting the president also to tell us about the constant insecurity that we face as a nation, how he wants to tackle it. But the president did not tell us how he wants to tackle it. I was also expecting the president to tell us, he told us earlier on that he wants to create 150,000 jobs. I wanted him to tell us whether he was able to create 100,000 jobs as of now.
Certain processes. When it comes to, let's say, energy, the president made mention with regards to the oil explorations, basically saying that it was quite unfortunate that they couldn't discover any oil, though the president said that there were high possibilities of it, meaning that BP we are done and over with when it comes to their oil exploration, meaning that we have to go back to the drawing board when it comes to this issues surrounding this oil, if Gambia has oil or not, basically. And secondly, when it comes to the area of accountability, the president did mention or touch slightly when it comes to the judicial process and some of these things. But when it comes to accountability, because we all know that there are a lot of ongoing, legal cases that have to do with, let's say, corruption, that have to do with accountability issues. We haven't seen maybe from the speech the president going a little in depth as to really what measures government are taking was mitigating, because it's very hard to, do away from corruption, but at least to mitigate the process, basically.
So that the general population would know. And I'm also interested in certain key issues that I'm really working on about the digitalization process that the country is looking towards, because it's the only way forward. And in the digitalization process, he talked about the ID card. I'm very much interested on the happening around that area.